Forgiveness is freedom. It's the conscious decision to stop punishing yourself or others for a version of the story that no longer belongs in your present reality. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's deciding that your future matters more than your memory. Did you know that only 1.9% of women entrepreneurs, 0.9% of Black business owners, and just 0.5% of Black women entrepreneurs ever cross the seven-figure mark? That changes right here. If you are ready for high-level, high-income conversations about all things millions, your mission, your mindset, your methodologies, your mandate, your movement, your messaging, your marketing, your metrics, and of course, your money, just by listening, your income is going all the way up. Every week, you'll hear powerful stories, transformational interviews, and million-dollar business growth insights to help you scale and sustain a seven-figure business with grace and ease, not hustle and grind. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle Jervey Harmon, award-winning spiritual business growth strategist, eight-figure entrepreneur, and God girl on a mission to help you experience abundance in your life because of your business. This is the Move to Millions podcast. Welcome home. Before we dive into this week's episode, let me ask you something real quick. If this podcast has ever made you think deeper, shift something in your spirit, or take bold, bankable action in your business, would you do me a favor? Would you take a moment and scroll down and leave us a rating or review? Listen, that's how we grow this message and get it into the ears of more seven-figure CEOs and seven-figure CEOs in the making. Your words matter. Your support matters. So please take a moment to go ahead, rate, review, and then come right back because this episode is about to shift everything. Welcome back to the Move to Millions podcast. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle, God girl, eight-figure entrepreneur, and the award-winning CEO of Incredible One Enterprises, a business transformation company. I am excited to be with you for another episode in our Soul Leadership series. Thank you so much for all of your comments and tagging me in your stories and showing me how much you're getting from this very, very powerful series. If this is your very first time here, welcome, or let me say welcome home, because I know you'll be back. There is no space like this on the internet, in the world, because there is no mentor like me. The anointing on my life, my ability to take spiritual principles and business growth strategy and combine them in a way that helps you to feel safe in your body, committed to your mission, and anchored into the abundance that is your birthright is unmatched and unparalleled. So again, I say welcome home. We've been in a powerful series. If you have not been listening to the Soul Leadership series, I want you to march yourself back to episode number 1 and follow along with us, because this is one of the most important pillars in our Move to Millions method. The Move to Millions method is our proven framework and methodology that since 2021 has created 77 entrepreneurs and small business owners who've experienced their first or next seven figures. This methodology is the premise of my best-selling book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a seven-figure CEO, $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. The book is available wherever you like to buy books right now. It is even on Audible. You want to get a copy of this book. We just this week received news of our very first seven-figure CEO who leveraged the book to get to seven figures. Listen, I don't gatekeep. I share out of the abundance and overflow of what has been given to me to share with the world. That in and of itself is what makes me different. And when I put this book together, y'all, I put my foot in it. And some of y'all know exactly what I mean when I say that. I wanted to give you everything that you needed. I wanted to create a resource that would literally tell you what you most need to know in order to create a business that serves you at the seven-figure mark. And let's be clear, seven figures is the floor. It's not the ceiling. It's the starting point. It's hard to be the change when you don't have any. And this is a legacy play, a financial legacy play. Yeah, go ahead. pass down that macaroni and cheese recipe. Make sure that they know how to make the salmon with the crust on top, right? Make sure that they understand all of that, but also give them something that they can fold so that you can continue to live beyond your years. That's what this is all about. When we first created the Move to Millions movement back in 2020, I've been in the game a long time. I just celebrated 17 years from the first day we made a dime in the name of Incredible One Enterprises. Since 2020, we've been focused on helping businesses move to millions. And even before that, we've gotten some business to seven figures way before this was the mission that we focused on. In creating the Move to Millions method and really honing in on millions, it's never been about one. It's always been about multiple. In fact, we want our clients to get to a minimum of $3 million so that there's $1 million to run the business. There's $1 million for cash reserves, and there's $1 million for your life, your lifestyle, and your legacy. Because I don't know about you, I did not quit my good job to come into entrepreneurship and be a part of these abysmal statistics. I quit my good job to come into entrepreneurship and really shift the trajectory of my lineage. Now, unfortunately, my husband and I do not have our own children. We did try for 5 years. We're not successful. While we still may adopt or consider surrogacy, at this particular point in time, I do not have my own children, but my legacy is still being established. My family foundation, my nonprofit organization, my trust, these things are still being established to steward my wealth and to leave something when I go. In addition to that, because legacy isn't just financial, but it is absolutely financial. My frameworks and methodologies, all of my intellectual property is legacy that I will be able to pass on, and all the work that I'm doing and have done and will continue to do for the remainder of the time that I am in this work is all going to further go to legacy. And when I really started to hone in on the significance of my soul, and we expanded the methodology beyond our original 5 pillars, adding in 2 additional pillars, soul leadership and self-care, because what good is a whole bunch of money if you are burnt out and can't enjoy everything that the money affords you, right? Money is a tool. It's not an identity marker. It's a tool that we can leverage in order to experience more of whatever it is that we desire. That's the beautiful thing about it. So anyway, we have been in this soul leadership series and we have had some amazing conversations. Again, thank you for every single one of you who has taken the time to rate and review the show, who shared online about the episode, who tagged me in a story. I thank you. I appreciate you. Every time you do that, you're helping our movement and our message get further into the world. Our podcast has been played in over 133 countries around the world. I want to be in every country, and I want thousands of people to be listening in every country. I want this movement to expand and spread far and wide. So thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing how it's helped you. So if this episode has helped you or any of the other episodes, and you haven't taken the moments that it takes to leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, would you please do me a favor and leave me a rating and review? It helps us so much. And I do this out of the abundance of my overflow for you. So please and thank you.
The reviews are in. Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind, is a bestseller. With thousands of copies sold, we are raising a generation of $1 million CEOs. You got next. Grab your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. If your business is already making $400,000 a year or more, and you know you're the bottleneck to scaling, it's time to get in proximity to high-level strategy and soul-aligned execution. Apply now for Proximity, our mastermind for mid-six-figure CEOs ready to scale and sustain seven-figure businesses. All the details are waiting for you right now at movetomillionsmastermind.com.
All right. So this episode is number 5 in our Soul Leadership series. And we're talking today about the F word, forgiveness. We're going to talk about how to release the old so that you can receive and actually have capacity for the new. I remember when I used to hold an event called Breakthrough in Business. It was a spiritual alignment incubator. We did it for 3 years. And when we would get to the part in the agenda, when we were talking about forgiveness, the people in the room would close up in their shell like turtles because they wanted to hold on to whomever did whatever with their whole life. But I want you to understand, before I even jump into what I've prepared to share with you in this episode, forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is what is going to unlock the flow of the abundance into your life experience. I think about in scripture, it's in all 4 of the epistles, but I always pull from Mark 11. I think it starts around verse 20. Jesus and the disciples are walking and Jesus sees the fig tree. He wants to get a fig Newton, so he goes over, but the fig tree is not producing. And Jesus, out of his mouth, curses the tree and tells the tree to die. The next day, the disciples and Jesus are walking back, and the disciples are blown away. They cannot believe that this tree has actually died. And Jesus sees this very teachable moment, and he says, "Verily, I say to you, you can say to any mountain, the mountain of new leads in your business, the mountain of your next launch, the mountain of your bank account, the mountain of your health, the mountain of your marriage, the mountain of your health, any mountain, move and it will move in 4 conditions. Number 1, you must believe. Number 2, you must not doubt the power to make that mountain move. Number 3, you must speak to the mountain. We all know that life and death is in the power of our tongue. And number 4, you must forgive your brother so that you too can be forgiven, right? Many of us know that we are not perfect, which means we make mistakes. We err in our ways. The grace that abounds in forgiveness when others forgive us, when we forgive ourselves, is what frees up our body, frees up our vessel to always feel light flowing through us, energy moving through us, abundance moving through us. Forgiveness is the cheat code to experiencing massive abundance. And that is why forgiveness is part of the pillar soul leadership and a big portion of the work that we do with our clients inside of our House of Millions programs. House of Millions is our suite of business advisory solutions for entrepreneurs and small business owners who want to build businesses that serve them financially and spiritually. And you can learn more about House in the show notes. There's a link that you can go and click on. All right. So in this episode, I really want to help you to dismantle the hidden weight of unforgiveness towards yourself and others as one of the most overlooked blocks to business growth, to wealth acceleration, to money management. I want to guide you into releasing the past so that you can expand into your next level of peace and power. So I believe that you cannot take the next level version of yourself seriously if you are still holding a grudge against the last version of yourself or someone else. And let's be real. This isn't just about forgiving other people. This is about forgiving you. The forgiveness that we most resist is the forgiveness that we owe ourselves. And so in this episode, I want to give you permission to stop punishing yourself for who you used to be, what you used to do, what you used to say, how you used to move, so that you can really finally receive the future that God has been trying to hand you. Is that all right? If that's all right, make sure you tag me in your stories as you are listening to this episode. That will be all that I need to hear to know that this forgiveness is time and you're ready to do it. So I believe that forgiveness is not just spiritual, it's strategic, that it's a business growth strategy. Whenever we have a client that is telling me that there is a stoppage, a shortage, the flow has ceased to move in their business financially, my first question is, who do you need to forgive and why? It's a business growth strategy because your business cannot scale while dragging the emotional weight of old decisions, broken relationships, and outdated identities. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you hold yourself hostage to the level you've already outgrown. It's like trying to walk into overflow with your feet bound. with your hands full of resentment. It don't work. You are weighted down. Let's talk about how unforgiveness will often show up in your business. Now, you might not realize this, but unforgiveness leaves residue and how you show up as a CEO. Here's what it might look like. Hesitating to raise your rates because of past client failures, because people enrolled in your program but then couldn't finish paying and defaulted. So you start to feel this energy of maybe you should charge less, or even the poor decisions that you've made, or tolerating disrespectful clients who don't follow your boundaries, or chaotic team dynamics because you feel like you owe someone something, or avoiding visibility because deep down you don't feel worthy of being seen, or overcompensating in your leadership, over delivering on every offer because you still are trying to atone for what you didn't know in your past. 25% of entrepreneurs report feeling consistently burnt out, and many are emotionally exhausted from trying to grow a business while carrying guilt, shame, or relational wounds. Unforgiveness creates energetic debt, and you keep paying interest on a story that is no longer serving you. Listen, it is time for you to forgive, and forgiveness is going to unblock the flow of your funds. It's going to create an environment for more of what you most desire to flow into your life experience. I believe that forgiveness is a soul detox. So let's be clear. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened. Forgiveness is releasing yourself or the person from the obligation of still being held to that mistake or that version of themselves. That's what I believe forgiveness is. It's not saying that what happened is okay, right? It's choosing to cut the cord and reclaim your power. Forgiveness is freedom. It's the conscious decision to stop punishing yourself or others for a version of the story that no longer belongs in your present reality. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's deciding that your future matters more than your memory. Ooh, this is why I have to take notes and prepare for y'all. These show notes that I create in order to record these episodes are so powerful. Oh my gosh. Want to know what it's like to work with me and the Incredible Factor University coaching team? You can get started today with the Move to Millions 90-day business growth planner. 90 days at a time, you'll be setting your business on a trajectory that will make the move to millions happen much faster for you. It's got everything that you need to track every strategy, every sale, all of your KPIs, as well as your self-care and life transformational needs. We made sure we left nothing out of this amazing planner. And by accessing the planner, you'll get a behind-the-scenes view of what it's like to work with me and my team. Go grab yours today at movetomillionsplanner.com. If your business is already making $400,000 a year or more, and you know you're the bottleneck to scaling, it's time to get in proximity to high-level strategy and soul-aligned execution. Apply now for Proximity, our mastermind for mid-six-figure CEOs ready to scale and sustain seven-figure businesses. All the details are waiting for you right now at movetomillionsmastermind.com. If your business is anchored in old pain, it cannot scale in peace. Oh, I want to say that again. If your business is anchored in old pain, it cannot scale in peace. You'll grow, but it will cost you your softness, your joy, your trust. It'll cost you the regulation of your nervous system. Forgiveness is how you clean the slate so your soul can expand. And here's a scripture. I love Luke 6:37. Forgive and you will be forgiven. This includes forgiving yourself. This includes releasing what they did or what you didn't do. Bear with each other and forgive one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13 says that. You've been forgiven. Now I want you to live like it. So who or what might you need to forgive? Let's talk about some of the places that you might not even realize that you're still holding resentment. So I'm going to be as specific as I can be without knowing your individual story. So yourself. And here are some things that you might need to forgive. You might need to forgive the price that you didn't charge.
the client you should not have taken on, the season you stayed in too long, the program that you launched that was a big fat mistake in zero that you felt like you needed to stick with because of your integrity. You need to forgive all of that. Clients for ghosting, clients for not honoring your boundaries, clients for not paying their bills, clients who took advantage of your generosity, clients who owe you money that are out in the world living their best life. I know you see them on social media. I know it burns your biscuits. I know it frustrates you to no end. I know it takes everything in you not to comment on their posts, slide in their DMs, do something, say something about the fact that they are out of integrity. But here's what I want you to know. Think about Color Purple, the original. Until they do right by you, they're going to experience a fraction of the success that is possible for them. So it might look like they're winning, but they're really not winning at the level that they could be if they honored and operated in integrity. So let it go. Release them from the obligation. Remove it from your body so that it is not taking up space that is meant to be capacity for your first or next million. Trust me, it's not worth it. You might need to forgive your team for disappointing you, for not being ready, for not achieving their goals, for reflecting a version of your leadership that you've outgrown. You might need to forgive your family for not supporting your vision or questioning the dreams that you have or why you quit your job or while you're working as hard as you are working to produce something that doesn't seem like it's yielding the fruit in this season. But remember, you cannot plant seed and reap harvest in the same season. And you might need to forgive God. Yes, even God, for the detours, the delays, the unanswered prayers, the closed doors that still sting. Forgiveness doesn't make what happened okay, but it does make you free. Here are 3 forgiveness practices that I highly recommend that you indoctrinate into your life experience as soon as today. You don't need a ceremony or a retreat to start releasing what's had you bound. So here are 3 things that you can do. Number 1, you can speak this aloud. I release myself from the punishment of my past. I am no longer who I used to be. I forgive her. I forgive him. I bless him. I bless her. And I build going forward from grace. Number 2, you can write a release letter. You're not going to send it anywhere, but you're going to write it. You can choose one person, maybe even yourself, or maybe 2, you and someone else, and write what you've been holding on to. Then I want you to bless it, burn it, or shed it. I really want you to burn it. When you burn it, metaphysically, in your subconscious mind, you release the capacity that's been taken up for that thing. And number 3, I want you to get in your journal, and I want you to journal on these 2 prompts. Who or what am I still holding hostage to an old version of a story? And number 2, what would freedom feel like in my business if I finally let this go? Remember, your next level requires emotional spaciousness and capacity. Forgiveness is going to clear that clutter. So I believe you cannot elevate while you're still punishing yourself or others for who they used to be. And the 7-figure version of yourself needs more grace, not more grit. So if today's episode brought something to the surface for you and you're ready to stop building your business on a foundation of unforgiveness, then I want to invite you to apply to have a soul conversation with me or a member of my team. Let us look at what you need to release and what's blocking the abundance and the flow in your business so that we can turn those gaps into gateways to your next level. And you can actually receive what's next for you without the resistance of unforgiveness that's in the way. Because whatever you've been dragging may be the very thing that is delaying your next level from showing up. So remember, you cannot scale from shame and you can't build while you're still blaming. So forgive, release, and open yourself up to receive. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Thank you for joining me for the Move to Millions podcast. If this episode has impacted you in any way, would you please take a moment and rate and review? Doing so helps us to deepen our impact and expand our reach around the world. And if you are ready to start your very own Move to Millions, I
I highly recommend that you order your very own copy of my brand new best-selling book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. You can get your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Until next time, remember, millions are your birthright, and to access them, you need only move. I'll see you next time.